So something as humans that we've really got to learn how to do is to receive. We find it so easy to give of our time, to give of our spirit, to give. But we find it difficult to receive. And I was reminded of this the other day when I was working with a client, and we were chatting, and she was saying about how if she receives a compliment, she basically just brushes it off, right? And I remember being like this as well. If I received a compliment, I would just like brush it off, or like play it down, be like, even if it's just something like, oh, your shoes are so nice, I'd be like, they know, they're just like, bleh. Do you know what I mean? Just like, rather than just say thank you. And why do we do that, right? We do that because we don't feel worthy of receiving, right? That is what it is. And when we don't feel worthy of receiving, we are out of balance, because the divine wants to shower us with gifts, but it can't shower us with gifts and miracles and blessings if we are just batting them away, because we don't know how to receive. This is a journey that we have to go on to learn that we are, and it happens through our healing journeys. We start to realize we are worthy, we are lovable, we matter, and we can start to open up more to receiving love, to allowing love in. Often we've put up these walls because we've been hurt in love, so we've put up these walls and we just can't receive. And we put up these walls to love, not only do we don't just stop ourselves from being hurt, we actually stop ourselves from receiving love, right? So not only can we not give love, we can't receive love. And if we can't receive love, we are out of balance. It's like this. I once heard she's called Marissa Peer. So I did some training with a lady called Marissa Peer. She's an awesome therapist. And I always remember, it really stuck with me when she said this. This really hit home. She said, imagine if all you could do is breathe out and you couldn't breathe in, then you would wither and die, right? Exactly. So if we can only give of ourselves and we can't receive, then we are actually suppressing our energy. We are becoming out of balance and we are actually harming ourselves. So we need to first of all understand that when it comes to receiving, we can start by just allowing ourselves to receive compliments. If someone gives us a compliment, it's like someone is giving you a gift. So imagine if someone give you a gift, right? You got this gift and you were just like, nah. Then you're going to stop receiving gifts, right? Because people are going to be like, well, how ungrateful, or am I going to bother giving you a gift? And that's like the divine, right? It's not that the divine thinks how ungrateful you are. The divine doesn't judge you. It's just that you shut yourself off. The divine can't give you something that you're not willing to open up, surrender to, and receive. So it can start simply with, when someone delivers you a compliment, just simply say thank you. You can just say thank you and smile, and just receive that gift. And once you start doing that a little bit, you're going to start becoming more comfortable with opening up and receiving. And this lesson has really been coming up front and center. That doesn't even make sense. Right. Watch my video on ascension symptoms, and you're going to understand how, as we're going through the ascension and upgrading, sometimes we can't speak in a linear fashion, and sometimes words just drop out of our mouth. So you'll just have to excuse that. It's not me, it was the ascension. But we can't. We need to bring it front and center into our awareness. And as we do that, we can start to open up to receive. So it's been coming up front and center in my awareness this last through 3 weeks or so, as I have been receiving some real blessings and gifts from a really divine place. And it's been amazing, right? It's been so beautiful to receive these gifts, and there's been a tiny part of me that's wondered, why am I receiving this? I'm not worthy of all these gifts. And I've known that is not the truth. And I know that the divine is just opening me up to receive more. This is just a test run for all that's going to be dropping into my reality through the devotion and dedication and the path that I've been on. But I know in order to receive all that, I've got to believe I am worthy of it. So I know it's just this last little bit, these last few threads, that I'm dissolving of that unworthiness, which I've really, to be honest with you, I've stepped out of it. It's echo. It's just a little echo in the distance. As I'm moving into I am on my new timeline, as I'm moving into my new reality, and just really leaving that old behind. So I've seen this coming in really strong, and I've also realize with that as well, it's also about surrender. We've got to surrender control, realize that we can't control everything, we can't control the outcome. We're actually just supposed to do our bit that we are guided to do, and then allow source to do its bit, God's source. So yes, I just wanted to make this little short and sweet video as well. I'm just making a couple of short sweet videos here. So just ask yourself, do you have a blockage around receiving? Can you accept a compliment? When you get a compliment, does it make you feel a little bit uneasy? And it's okay if it does, right? Because we've been programmed to not accept compliments, not to be able to receive, to almost feel like it's big-headed to accept compliments. But that's not the truth, right? Accepting a compliment is actually about opening up to the divine, letting the divine know that we are worthy. We have to be worthy. We have to feel worthy in order to receive. So if we can't receive a compliment, it's because we've got unworthiness issues that we need to heal and work on, And we have to be able to receive, right? Because if everyone is just giving, there is an absolute imbalance in the world. And why would we have an energy of give if there's no energy of receive, right? It doesn't make any sense, right? If everything's just giving and giving and giving and giving, then there's no receiving, there's no filling up in order to give, right? We need to better receive really in order to give, because if we're giving from a place where we can't receive anything, then really we don't have anything of real high value to give in terms of vibration, in terms of love, right? We can't give love if we can't receive love, right? We can only give love as much as we can receive love. So we might think that we are giving love to others, but really we're not giving true, genuine, deep love. If we don't feel that true, genuine, deep love for ourselves, we can't give it. We can't give what we cannot receive. So as we start to open up and learn how to receive again, we are healing wounds around self-worth. When we're doing that, we're showing ourselves, I am worthy, I am lovable, I do matter, and I do deserve to receive gifts from divine, from the world, from spirit. And we can really start to learn that really easily just through allowing ourselves in the first instance to start accepting compliments. At first we can just say thank you, and then we can start to, as we start to feel comfortable with that, we can even add more. We can be thank you, yeah, I worked really hard on that, yeah, thank you, I really devoted myself to that, I'm really proud of myself for that. And we can really start to really flow with that and really dissolve deeply those wounds of unworthiness. The less unworthy we feel, the more divine can shower us with blessings and gifts. And trust me, God's source wants to do that. It's not true what it says in the Bible about God. God is not vengeful. God is benevolent, unconditionally loving. God does not want us to suffer. Absolutely not. That is our free will choice. God does not want that. God wants us to thrive, wants us to be abundant, wants to shower us with gifts. And it is a journey we have to go on to heal those parts of us so that we can start to really welcome that in again.